Nabanggit po kanina, and I request for Secretary Duque. Secretary Duque. Mabilis lang naman to. Secretary Duque, it was mentioned that a certain individual filed a complaint about the results that happened in a PRC laboratory in Subic. Can you confirm this?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, there is the complaint.
Can you enlighten us in this matter, Secretary? What are the details of this complaint?
Well, the letter has been sent to the DOH and in particular to the lab network headed by Assistant Secretary Nestor Santiago. The gist of the complaint is revolves around a particular lab in Subic Bay, Freeport. This pertains to the Red Cross test that was done on September 3, 2021, where 49 hospital personnel allegedly tested all positive. And then on the doubts of the persons who were tested because of a huge percentage of positivity, they decided to have themselves retested by another laboratory in the medical city, Clark. This was done on September 6, 3 days after the first test. And out of the 49 personnel, it is alleged that 44 of them tested negative. So the complainant was asking that the DOH verifies these numbers, and which I have instructed the lab network and the Research Institute for Tropical Medicine to validate these numbers. But that is the gist of the complaint, Mr. Chairman, Your Honors.
Secretary Duque, if this number of false positives will be verified and proven authentic, would you consider this alarming?
Well, that is now the subject of an investigation, but normally that is an outlier. The percentage of positivity at about 89% is certainly out of the ordinary.
Kasi, Mr. Secretary, Mr. Chairman, I just want to continue the line of thinking, no? Ang laki po nun. 44 out of 49 tested positive, but when they retested, dahil hindi nga sila makapaniwala na positive sila, lumabas negative naman sila. Ang dami po nun. Ngayon, the mental anguish, anxiety, and stress caused to those individuals cannot be explained. Ang mas malungkot pa dito, Mr. Chairman, kung yung 40 yun ay hindi nakapagpa-retest at napilitan mag-isolate na hindi naman pala sila tunay na positibo sa COVID-19. Mr. Chair, I would like to stress this point because Secretary Duque, 14 days isolation is no joke. And I do understand that 14 days isolation is necessary for those who are truly tested positive. So we really need to look into how the testing is being done, especially if these testings are being paid for. Binabayaran naman natin yung pagtetest. So dapat ang makuha nating resulta ay yung totoo naman. Kasi dito tinitingnan natin na patuloy na tumataas yung bilang ng mga COVID positives natin. How sure are we? How sure are we? Now, they were lucky enough to have themselves retested. Mr. Chairman, for the record, I know of 2 other individuals who went through the same mental anguish, had themselves tested, lumabas positive, hindi sila makapaniwala kasi hindi sila lumalabas ng kanilang mga tahanan. Nagpa-retest sila same day, negative. So again, Mr. Secretary Duque, just to end my point, and I'm thankful that DS Johnny Pimentel allowed me for my rejoinder to the point mentioned by our dear colleague. Paano naman po kaya yung mga kababayan natin who cannot afford a re-swab? May mga quarantine facilities tayo na para lang magpa-quarantine, kailangan po silang magbayad. So dito, nagbayad na sila, mali ang test result, nagpa-quarantine sila, magbabayad na naman sila. Ano po ang opinion nyo tungkol doon, Mr. Secretary? At sa palagay po ninyo, ano po ang dapat nating gawin?
Kanya nga po kanina, akin po binigyan din na ang investigasyon ay isinagawa kaagad ng Department of Health at saka ng RITM. So, ito po ang very technical procedure of the investigation is handled by the Research Institute for Tropical Medicine. Unless the results of the investigation come out, no, ay mahirap naman po akong magsabi na ito na yung conclusion dahil wala pa naman po tayong resulta. So as soon as the results of the investigation come out, then we will submit. We will
wrap up, Congressman Suarez.
Yes, we will submit this, the consolidated evaluation that will be undertaken by RITM will then be forwarded to the Health Facility Service Regulatory Bureau that will now make the determination what will be the sanctions, if any, but more than that, what will be the corrective action. Because all these laboratories are important in our overall pandemic response. And what we would want to happen is to assist all laboratories, whether this is national government or local government or private laboratories, because they're all important in our pandemic response. So that any deviation of results, such as this complaint, must be carefully looked into by our investigating bodies, such as the RITM and the Health Facility Service Regulatory Bureau.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
That's my rejoinder, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Congressman Pimentel, for allowing me. I would just like to stress, Mr. Chair, na I would understand kung 10 kayo o sabi mo ng 20, may isa siguro nagkamali. Kaso lang dito po, 49 nagpa-test, 4 na po ang lumabas positive. Tapos nung nagpa-retest yung 4 na po, negative naman po pala. So parang napakalaki naman po nun. So I hope that we address this, Secretary Duque, because it is truly unfair and unjust to the individuals and to the families if they will not be receiving the true, honest health result that they have paid for. Yun lang po, maraming salamat.
Thank you, Congressman Suarez.